All right, guys, Anthony, Super Service. Figured I'd go ahead and make this video. I'm not going to put it up right now. I'm going to go ahead and upload it. That way it's documented. But, hey, Darian, what's the date today? 13th? What month? 6th? June? All right, it's June 13th right now. We've had this truck for about, it's probably been 20 days, maybe 15 days. This might be where I'm going to be not so upset if we got an unhappy customer. Okay? Let me go ahead and paint this story for you and paint the picture. Memorial weekend. It was Memorial weekend. We were out of town. And we got I think it was a text message or phone call or something. Random was broke down. Okay, he was broke down. They lived in Arizona. Well, they moved to Kentucky. Okay, so they had all their stuff and the family and everything was out in Kentucky. They were house shopping, and he was taking a truck with a gooseneck horse trailer back out to Arizona to get the rest of their belongings. Okay, it's got a 60,000 mile 6.4, 60,000 mile truck. I mean, it's a nice truck. Well, on the way through here, somewhere, I don't know where it was, but he cracked a piston. And the message that we got was that his truck started running, he was traveling through town and his truck's running rough, and he blew a glow plug out. That's the initial, contact. Well, I blew a glow plug out. Okay, well, in my mind, that means, oh crap, that means excessive compression. He didn't really blow the glow plug out. He blew the boot out because of crankcase pressure. About 90% of the time, it's a cracked piston or a burnt hole in a piston. So, it was like, well, whatever. Okay, well, we got back in town. He had to stay in a hotel. This was like on a Saturday or Saturday night or something like that. We was 300 miles away. So Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, I think it was Tuesday, which, it was Memorial weekend. Monday's Memorial Day. So we come back in town, and he tows the truck here. So truck's towed here. Then, we went ahead and pulled it in and was like, he told us a story. He's headed back. He's got his gooseneck at the hotel, and he broke down. So the truck showed up on a tow truck. Went ahead and started it and pulled it around, listened to it. Yeah, it sounded like a cracked piston. Got a whole bunch of blow-by. So we hooked up to it. Hell, I don't remember what cylinder it was. I think it was 5. I think it was cylinder 5. So we pulled the glow plug out and stuck borescope in it. Sure enough, cracked piston. Okay, so I was like, well, the niceness kind of got to me. Which, guys, I hate to say it, but it's getting ready to, worrying about everybody else is something that we cannot do all the time. I can't do it. Just because, the people that don't appreciate it are messing it up for the people that will appreciate it. That's just fact of the matter. It's what it is. Well, I'm sitting here. He's stranded. He's like, well, maybe I can rent a truck or rent a car and leave the trailer here and leave the truck here, and I can go ahead and go back home and figure out some other way to get out to Arizona to get all this stuff. And I was like, it's like, well, man, I don't know. And I pulled Julie aside. I was like, what do you think, Julie? What do you think? So I said, hell with it. Truck was kind of nice, whatever. So I was like, hey, I have an extra truck. He had the Reese rails with the gooseneck adapter in the back. This is what was dubbed as a customer loaner. I already built the engine in it. It's got a new engine harness, 20 over rebuild, new injectors, So I was like, hell with it. Let him take it. I got a 60,000 mile 6.4 you know, the values are the 6.4 is worth more than the than the 06. Well, arguably, a 6.4 at a cracked piston, the 06 is a fresh engine, so not really worth more. Okay, so, all right, hell with it. I was like, you know what? Let's make his problem disappear. He's got no more problem. Give him a truck. I was like, you know what? You don't even have to go back home. Just get the truck, take our truck right there, hook it up to your gooseneck, go on out to Arizona, pick up all your stuff, go back to Kentucky, drop off your stuff, drop off your trailer. And then I told him, I was pretty adamant. I said, so bring my truck back when you're done with it. I said, that truck, it is for sale, and a lot of people know about it. So if somebody comes up and they want to buy that truck, it's going to be an impulse buy. I told him all this. I said, the truck will do me no good sitting in Kentucky while you're waiting on us to fix your truck. I said, you have got to bring it back here and then rent a car and go home or do whatever you got to do. But I'm only letting you borrow this truck to finish your run so you can get all your commitments done. Basically, you know, we made the problem disappear. He continued on to Arizona. He drove all the way to Kentucky, and he came back. Well, I got a little leery when I walked outside as he was, you know, he's transferring stuff from his truck to the loaner. And I walked out back, and, you know, I'm not anti-pet, but he started putting a pet barrier up in the back. I mean, at least he had a pet barrier, let's say that. One that actually enclosed it. It was up in the front and in the back, and it covered it. But my first thought when he's putting that pet barrier in was, hell no. I have actually had this thing loaned out to customers before that put animals in it, and I tell you what, it ain't your freaking truck. Okay? First thing I asked him was, is it a long-haired dog? That's what I asked him. And, well, yeah. Well, so that, and then I was like, you know what, whatever. All right, fine. I said, I want no salt, because I've had a salt spreader hooked to the back of that, and I flipped out on before too. I mean, yeah, this, I mean, people have taken advantage of stuff. And so he went ahead and did it. Hell with it, let him go. Fine. Went to Arizona, made it back to Kentucky. And actually, let me go show you something real quick. Okay, well, let's go ahead and open this up, and I'll turn it around here. So, if you look at it, let's see, how do I turn this around? Oh, hey, let me hit this button here. Hang on. Okay. Now, I have driven down the highway with the windows, all the windows down, screaming down the highway since we got it back. I mean, there is dog hair everywhere. I mean, I'm talking in the door pockets, even in the front, all the way in the front. The entire truck has got dog hair everywhere. I mean, I don't know if you can see it in there. It was all over the dash. I mean, it was absolutely freaking everywhere. Just freaking everywhere. That's after we got it back. Okay, another thing is too, look at, now I'll get to why the caps are not on there right now. Look at all that brake dust right there. You know, I mean, when you borrow a truck, when somebody makes a problem go away, wash the damn truck. But what I'm seeing on this right here is he was riding the hell out of the brakes going, because there's some mountains getting out to Phoenix. There's some big hills. That says right there he's hard on the brakes. He's been hard on them. I mean, hard. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. But, okay, so he made his whole trip. Got it done. Granted, I told him these tires are kind of shaky. You might not, don't be hauling freaking, don't be going crazy. But 300 miles from being back at the shop. Done went to Phoenix, went back to Kentucky, dropped his trailer. He was coming back empty, just the truck, bringing it to the house. And somehow, 7 of the studs sheared off on the back of the truck. I mean, he's had the truck for a couple thousand miles. I don't know. But the wheel's demolished, the hub's demolished. And so the hub's sheared off. So we're 300 miles away. And let's turn this around, hang on. Okay, so we're 300 miles away from him, and I asked him on the phone, I said, well, Julie, by text message, and she asked him, how comfortable are you pulling a rotor? Just a rotor. I mean, you're stranded on the side of the road. You're stranded. How comfortable are you pulling a brake rotor? The caliper bracket and the rotor. It's 13/16. You could actually do it with the lug wrench that is in the truck. You could. I mean, it'd take a lot longer, but you could do it. Said he wasn't qualified to do that. What? He's not qualified to take a rotor off, and he thinks he's going to drive all across the country and go all over the place when he can't even take a rotor off a truck? Whatever. He said, I'll tow it to a shop and have it fixed. This was on a Saturday. It was Saturday morning. I'll tow it to a shop and have it fixed. Man, I got a shop right here, and that is our customer loaner. You know what I told him? No, you won't. No, you won't. Because I'm not, I could see it. I actually called a couple of places around there and was like, you know, hey, changing studs on here. Will you guys, because I know you can do it. Yeah, I mean, you got to tweak the e-brake pad a little bit. But I called around and I said, how can I get you guys to just pound some studs in and tighten it back up and get them on the way? I mean, no receipt, whatever. I don't care. Just get some studs in it and get it so he can drive it. Well, of course, everybody wants to pull the hub. They want to pull the axle, pull the hub, and, you know, all of a sudden, they want to go through all kinds of crap. Well, I'll do that here. I just want to get the truck here. He can dog-leg it at 60 miles an hour if he has to, and just get some studs on it, holding the wheel on, and keep on driving. Which, I mean, or, you know, well, that wasn't happening. I mean, everybody, I could have seen it. You know, it would have been $1,500 for, you know, $12 worth of studs. Okay, so we went ahead and jumped in the truck. We was like, hell with it. That next day. Well, no, it was that same day. Jumped in the truck, jumped in my 06, my 852,000 mile 06, jumped in it. Grabbed a trailer, grabbed some tools, stopped on the way at a parts store, picked one that was off the highway that had them in stock, grabbed a set of studs, grabbed a wheel seal just in case something was wrong, something was screwed up. Grabbed a wheel seal, studs, yeah, just everything I need just in case I got to yank the hub off. So drove all the way there, 300 miles. Pulled up. He towed it. Okay, here's another side that pisses me off. It just pisses me off. People don't have, they won't, people worry about themselves more than they worry about helping somebody that helped them, okay? He was 20 miles away from a town that was towards his house, okay? 50 miles from a town that was closer to our house. Called for a tow, took it 20 miles back towards his house. Now, I don't care how much it costs. I just gave you a truck and you drove thousands of miles. I made your problem disappear. Tow it 50 miles closer to my house. Don't go backwards. So, but he went and did that. Whatever. He towed it to a rental car place, left the truck on the lot. Boom. Haven't actually heard from him since. Nothing. That was 4 days ago. Not a peep, not a word from him. Okay, towed it, left it. We drove there. I drove past where I saw the pin drop of where he was at. We drove right past where he was broke down at and had to drive another 20 miles, turn around, drive another 20 miles back to get to the point to where he initially broke down. When he could have went 50 miles further because, you know, he's the one that had the problem and it would have made sense for him to go 50 miles further than come back, than him have to come back, right? So, no, didn't do that. I pulled up to the truck. I am not kidding. It was 10 minutes. 10 minutes. The studs were fixed and the wheel was back on and we were driving. It took longer to get something to eat by far after we got done getting the truck ready. And I drug the truck home. I drove my truck, drug the trailer, and Julie drove the loaner all the way back. We didn't trailer it. We drove it back. I mean, but he didn't just absolutely had, in my opinion right now, had absolutely no regard for what we did for him. And I, you know, I was actually saying, I mean, I know a lot of places out there, you know, they get all kinds of reviews online and they get people. I let him take my truck and not a peep, not a post online, not something that says, hey, you know, these people hooked, they took care of me. If he would have said something like that, because we do it, I try to do a lot of stuff like that for people, but if he would have said something, that would have been, you know, I'd been like, oh, cool, he actually appreciates it. Not a peep. Like, screw you, thanks for the truck, I don't give a damn. Well, okay, well, fine. Once I found out, and it was, I forgot how it was, we was getting updates on his progress, on where he was at, and then the updates started getting fewer, far and few between, or however you word that. And so I knew something was, you know, you could just tell as it was going on what kind of person we were dealing with and how he was going to take care of our stuff. So, you know what? I got no love lost on this, and some of you might flame me for it, but okay, this is our shop right here. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go ahead and drive over and show you guys, because I mean, it could have been avoided. I mean, communication, and let's just say this too. How many of you guys, there should have been some cash, a check, something in the console of the truck when he dropped it off broken, after him being able to drive it and us made the problem go away. He should have paid some money straight to us for, and I did ask him, okay, let's just say this, I did not leave it empty-handed and tell him it was free and we was going to give him the truck and no sweat and no big deal. We were standing in there before I even offered, well, right after I offered him the truck. Hadn't even decided that we're going to give him the truck yet. So I told him, I said, all right, I need to know, how much money do you want to pay for this rental that does not obligate you to have us fix your truck? That's what I told him. I said, because I do not want you to have this truck and to think that you're obligated to have us fix your truck because I let you borrow it. So how much are you going to pay? That's what I told him. I said, how much do you want to pay? Those words came out of my mouth. I told him that. That let him know, hey, this is not just a freebie. He's in a bad way, so I let him go. You know what? I'm not at a point where letting him take that truck, and if I never saw that truck again, that it was going to kill me. You know, it's not going to shut my lights off, and I'm not going to be broke and hungry and laying in the gutter of the street. It's not going to happen, you know. But I did make a problem go away for him. I let my nuts hang on it, just to test him, to see how he would react to somebody doing something for him. Well, yeah, it didn't work out, but you know what? I mean, I ain't mad about it. I'm not happy about it. We'll say that. But we made this problem go away. So let's go down here, and I want to show you guys, because I'm just going to, hang on. All right, guys. So what do? I've got a 60,000 mile truck, right? So that was the major deciding factor for, hey, I'll let you take my $20,000 truck here. Yeah. I mean, because I have your truck. It's not like I'm not going to just let somebody that just is driving down the highway and get broke down and take my truck. Come on, I ain't stupid. But let's look here. So what did I do? His truck is freaking impounded right there. So, you know what he has absolutely no control over right now is towing and storage fees. He has absolutely no control over that. You know what? I don't know what to tell him. So now he's on the hook. He's on the hook. I'm going to charge him for everything. I will not. He's going to have to do some crazy stuff for me to even do what we do to that truck. Let him take it somewhere else. I don't freaking care. Because you know what? I'm already out. I mean, I drove 600 miles total to get the truck back to my house, which, whatever. I mean, I did it. But he is, he's on a hook. I mean, as I'm sitting right now, It's $2,700 for everything that's been done. All of it. He's on the hook. Well, this was, I think, 15 days ago. The bill was $2,700. That's where we're at. And the tow truck company will take the invoice over. Basically, to get it off my lot, I had to get it off my lot. So, because I mean, I don't need a truck on my lot that is a truck that I'm not going to be working on. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be working on. So I don't need it on my lot. And granted, this is the first time I've ever done this. And the only reason is because of how he handled the whole situation. So his truck is now impounded, legally impounded, not by me. And he's got to bring some cash in because that truck is now legally unaccessible to him. It is not accessible at all. Now, that's a real kind of a dick move. But you know what? I don't need it on my lot. And he showed his type of person. He showed what type of person he is. So I don't, you know what? Sorry about your luck. I gave you a chance to do some stuff and to, I know a lot of you guys might be like, oh, well, screw this guy. He impounded his truck. You know, that's why I told the whole story back there. I gave him a truck. I let him finish his load. I let him finish his run and do all of his stuff. And he left the truck. Didn't even tow it back over to where we were at. Didn't even clean the damn truck out. The truck's freaking disgusting. You know, the wheel's destroyed. Got to get a new wheel. Got to get a new hub. You know, I hate to say it, but, and whatever. That's, you know, so his truck is now impounded. And, you know, it's a 60,000 mile 6.4 with a cracked piston. I mean, let him. I mean, if he winds up can't afford to fix it, can't afford to get it, I mean, let him default on it. I mean, I there was a time, obviously, I let him take my truck, that I was concerned with him and with making him happy and making his life easier. There was a time. Well, he had absolutely no regard for making our lives easier. So, I hate to say it, I mean, I can't make everybody happy. I'm getting to the point now where if somebody wants to crap all over me, hell with them. I got you. Your shit is now impounded. Okay? So, you got towing, you got invoices, you got services, and now you're accruing storage too as of 15 days ago. In Grain Valley, it is $60 a day. So, and I'm going to keep this private right now. It is marked with the authorities as an impounded vehicle. So if they call to look for it, it's, you know, at least it'll come up with the police in the system. It will come up that it's impounded. They know exactly where it's at. Lien holders being notified, everything, you know. I mean, so I hate to say it, it's a dick move, but you know what? He showed he's going to worry about him, so I'm going to show that I'm going to worry about me too. I don't do this. I mean, I got a lot of freaking customers out there that we go out of our way for. And he basically acted like I was obligated to give him a freaking vehicle. That's what I'm seeing now. I ain't obligated to give him nothing. I ain't even, you know, so, I mean, it's a bad deal, but I wanted to go ahead and say all this story because it's probably going to get heated. He don't want to give any positive reviews when I make his life easier, but when I make his life a little rough, I bet you he's going to blast that stuff all over the internet. So I'm going to be putting this video, I'm going to download it so that it's documented the date of today, but I'll just do the only if you have a link on the video. And then if he puts a post online or something like that and says how we're screwing him over, I'll just link this video. And, you know, anybody that's thinking about having us do work for you. I mean, if I let you borrow my truck, you'll vacuum the son of a bitch out. You won't leave it 300 miles from me when you are capable of bringing it all the way here. Because, I mean, it took me 10 minutes to fix it. Even if he spent 2 hours, he could have fixed it with a lug wrench alone. I mean, I even called quite a few parts stores, and I could have had the lug nuts and studs delivered to where he's at. And no, I mean, he didn't give a shit about that. He just, you know, all he worried about was wanting to get himself home and you know, screw this guy. I mean, he gave me a truck to drive. You know, I don't know how the wheel stud sheared off. I have no idea. I don't even know. I mean, I've got about 1.5 million miles when we was hauling campers and when we was driving in a 6-liter. I've never sheared all the studs out. I don't know what happened. Did he do something to it? I mean, he did have quite a few thousand miles that he was driving it. Did he try to tighten them more? And did he? I don't even know. I have no idea. But that's neither here nor there. He basically showed that he doesn't really care about, you know, showing appreciation when somebody makes his life easier. So I got no more appreciation on trying to make his life easier. So yeah, I mean, all right, guys, that's it. Thought I would at least just make this. I wanted to make this video real quick because I'm actually sending the loaner off. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be $300. That's what we're going to pay to have the whole thing completely detailed, which it wasn't completely clean before, so that's not all on him. Big deal. There sure as hell wasn't dog hair all over the place in it, and you know, all that brake dust and nasty crap on the wheels, and none of that was there. So I don't know what to tell him, guys. So yeah, thought I'd make the video so when I get that negative review and I post this up, because a lot of times I'll forget stuff. I hope I didn't forget stuff right now. I hope I explained everything to you guys, because it's just kind of a, just really, that's how he's gonna act? That's what he's gonna do? Really? You know, so whatever. So now he can say, really? That's what he's gonna do? Yeah, man, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, who in this whole freaking country, who anywhere is gonna let a guy that show up with a broke down truck, let him take a truck to haul it? Now, take a truck is one thing, but take it to haul a trailer across the country and then back across the country and then bring the truck back. You know, nobody gonna let him do that. Give me a freaking break. Well, this guy screwed it up for a lot of people too, because I don't know how much more I'm gonna do it either, because I mean, I don't know, it sucks. All right, guys, that's it. Let's go ahead and download this and have a good day.